is going on? This is episode 285? 6? I don't know. We're doing this without notes in front of us, so I think it's 286, but it's a special show. It is a special show. It's 285, because we got all kinds of Mario news, so we just decided to do this on a whim because I'm actually going to be out of town this next week. So here it is. You guys are getting a second episode this week early. And so, yeah, the music you just heard is from On Being Human. Check them out on Spotify and YouTube. Remember, this is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. And we're just going to jump right into this. Crawler, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, how's it going? It's Crawler coming at you.
That's right. That's right. So, woke up. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly how this went down for me. I wake up.
Well, hold on. We had a really great show on Tuesday. It was like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to it yet, go listen to it, because we talk about a whole bunch of stuff that kind of immediately becomes relevant as of Thursday morning. But then Thursday morning happened, and Josh, go.
Yeah. So Thursday morning happens. I wake up. I look at my phone, and I'm like, Mario Kart Live. I'm my brain is like, I'm like, are they doing
Was that Wario 64 tweets, or was that Nintendo tweets that you were seeing?
No, there weren't tweets. Like I get emails and stuff, like press emails.
Okay.
Right? And so I was like, Mario Kart Live? Is this like a concert like Zelda? You know how like I'm like,
or Splatoon or Off the Hook Live?
Yeah, like,
they do that. They have Perla Marina do shows in Japan, so
I'm like, what? I'm like, you know, trying to figure out, like, is Mario Kart Live? Does that mean like Mario Kart 9, but it just, you know, like there's Smash Ultimate and there's Mario Kart
a bad name
Live, and they just like, who named it weird, you know?
Yep.
No, that's not what it was. It was crazy though. There was so much stuff. Watch the direct, right? Just kind of, I mean, they just kind of said, here you go. Here's the stuff. Now, what's funny is we went over these leaks. Mario Kart Live was nowhere to be found in these leaks, and neither was the Game & Watch. So it's like, so what? And neither was Mario 35, which is something we talked about like long time ago when Tetris 99 came out. We were like, yo, we want Mario Battle Royale like this. And then here we're getting it. The only thing that's strange with this, is it a beta? Why do we only get it till March?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. March 31st is an important day if you want to partake in any of this stuff, because we don't know what happens to a lot of it after that, especially the biggest announcement that they had in this direct. But let's start. Do you want to start at the top?
Sure, go from the top. Take it away.
Trying to think of the order of stuff, because I'm on the website right now and they have the biggest thing first. So we'll go over the biggest thing first, I think, which came at the end of the show, kind of. But Super Mario All-Stars 3D is a thing. It's not as all-encompassing as we had hoped and had thought it was going to be, but it's not as also as polished. I think as a lot of people were hoping. It's definitely
not what we had hoped, but it's totally what we thought it would be.
so included in this collection is going to be Mario 64, Mario Sunshine for the first time off of the GameCube. This has never happened with that game, so that's I think I said that even when we were going through our rankings. Like I think Sunshine maybe will either rise or fall, because maybe people will remember more things or hate more things that they remember playing, or maybe it hasn't aged well and it's been stuck on a system that a lot of people haven't played in a while. So we'll see. But Sunshine is included, and then Mario Galaxy 1 is on this as well. So the missing question mark there is, where's Galaxy 2 and why is it not included? But it's a $60 release coming out on September 18th, so less than 2 weeks now. I know anybody who loves Nintendo, hates what Nintendo does with their making them buy games multiple times. Pretty much anybody, if they love or hate it, has already pre-ordered it. So, because even if you hate it, the fact that Nintendo makes you buy your games again from them, and even the fact that these are not even remasters. They're just kind of straight up ports. I think from what I've heard, 64 isn't even in widescreen. It's still in 4:3. Sunshine got a little bit of a stretch and upgrade, but not much. And then Galaxy should look better, I would think, just because we haven't had. It's been built on an engine, I think, that can scale up a little bit better for HD, but it wasn't released on an HD system. I know I had the higher def component cables for Wii, but those only could do so much. And I think that I don't even know what the output max was. Maybe 720?
No, 480p.
480, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was just a progressive scan picture is all. And you with the if like let's say because you can get an HDMI adapter for the Wii. I use one right now, and then I hook it up to the M Classic, and that's how I'll play. I have an HDMI adapter for one of my GameCubes, but it's just easier to hook up the Wii and go with that. And so it does it upscales to 480p, but that's it. That's the highest it goes. So I mean, yeah, I've bought Mario 64 digitally numerous times for $10, right? So that's a $10 game. I guess the other two are.
Mario 64, you have a way to play it on an airplane right now if you wanted to, because it's on the 3DS.
The DS, yeah.
Or the DS, yeah. But the other two, like, if you break it down, you're paying for $20 ports. I mean, kind of collectively, it's gonna have nice artwork. Like a lot of the Discord reaction was positive right off the bat. Like I would say, and I think a lot of internet traffic probably was positive right off the bat. But then you dive a little bit deeper into it, and somebody pointed this out to me later on in the day in Discord. This game apparently is off the market as of March 31st, 2021, digitally and physically.
Yep.
So do we see Nintendo put these out separately on the eShop, or is this a Year of Luigi kind of deal where they're just going to ride the hype train and hopefully you don't miss out and you buy it? And I don't know. Scalpers apparently are already selling this game for $85 or something like that. I've seen.
Oh, I've seen people say they've seen eBay listings at $1,000 already. You know, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Those are the kind of listings I will go and hit buy now and just not pay just to mess with those
just
people.
To take it up.
Yeah, like
but yeah, I'm glad it's coming. I have it pre-ordered already. I'm debating whether or not I want to buy it digitally as well, just so my Nintendo rewards kick in immediately, so I can get the pins, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and not wait for Best Buy to deliver my package at 5:00 on Friday and go claim my coins and possibly miss out on the first wave and maybe the second wave. I don't know, but I'm excited because I don't have Sunshine to play here at home, and like I talked about this past week, I played it at a friend's house because I didn't have a GameCube initially, and so I'm excited. I think that's going to be the first game I go through and play again. But also the fact that I went and dug out my copy of Galaxy, and I just don't have the drive to sit down and hook up a Wii sensor bar and all that kind of stuff to play it. I'm excited to be able to play, and I think I did read that Pro Controller is going to be fully supported in that. You don't have to do Joy-Cons.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, the controls for some of these a little bit, you know. But I mean, we did it like, we were talking about it in chat. There were people that were like, "How are we going to play? I don't want to play Galaxy with split Joy-Cons," you know. And it's like, well, you didn't.
That's how we played it originally, pretty much.
Yes, and they designed Odyssey to be played that way as well, but then they also implement it just by the press of a simple, like, one button allows you to do the same as the
or shake the controller. I mean, the you can do point aiming with a Pro Controller.
Exactly. If it's like it's just trying to collect the star bits or whatever, I think it's going to work out just fine. Like, I'm not. That's the least of my concerns, honestly. Like, I didn't expect this game to be anything less than $60. Like there's no way. And you know, if it's what are they going to do after the 31st? I don't know. Would they just say, "Oh, these games are locked away in the vault"? Whiskey and
Disney
Chat,
style.
Yeah, Whiskey and Chat's talking about how they kind of do things Disney style a little bit. I don't think so. I think after March, Galaxy 2 gets released, and all of these games go to the eShop as individual downloads at X amount of dollars. That's my. You just will not be able to purchase the All Stars game anymore after March 31st. And Mario 35 is only available till then.
Correct, and that starts on October 1st. So we can talk about that real quick.
Okay.
Which I think is probably one of that and the Game & Watch, I think, were the two good surprises, I would say, out of this whole thing. So we don't have a lot of details yet on what this entails, but Mario 35 is, let me read off their website here. Competitive online battle game. 35 players will compete to be the last Mario standing or quote unquote or running. Enemies defeated will be sent to other players' courses, but also work the other way around. So anybody that I think there's kind of a Tetris 99 style D-pad selector to send where you want to send enemies to. And let's see, players can activate special items to try to outpace their opponents. Super Mario Bros. 35 launches on October 1st, is a digital-only game exclusive to Nintendo Switch Online members, and is only playable until March 31st, 2021.
So, the two big takeaways, or like the two games here that are under a 6-month window, or in a 6-month window, they just scream scarcity tactic, right? Which is a sales tactic, so that people will run out and purchase not only Mario, because supposedly there's an investor meeting happening.
Their investors are gonna see. You hit the nail on the head pretty well last week. Like Nintendo's gonna take all these pre-orders because everyone's either done it through their 4 retailers: Amazon, Target, Walmart, or 5, I guess, GameStop and Best Buy.
Yeah.
And then the eShop, and the eShop especially, they have tangible credit right there. Did they take your money right then and there as well?
I believe so, but you can
you can cancel up to a week now, I think.
Yeah,
before
so
a game.
I think within 7 days they take it. Maybe, I'm not sure though. I'll find out. Yeah. I pre-ordered 2 of the physical ones from Amazon, but I didn't realize that you said Best Buy has a coin again this time around. Is that what you said?
No. The pins are through the My Nintendo rewards.
Oh, so there's not a coin though, like they did with Smash.
No. You gotta, because I gotta claim. You gotta put the cart in and claim your digital coins or whatever. That's how they're tracking it on My Nintendo or whatever.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, you mentioned coin. I was like, that's just where my brain went. I was like, oh no, I gotta go.
Josh goes. I gotta spend money somewhere else.
Go there.
Or I mean, honestly, the better spot to go buy this might still be Walmart day of, and go get it for $10 cheaper. Who knows?
Yeah, and you get stickers there.
Oh, they're doing stickers?
Yeah, they have a 3-pack of stickers there, so I was like, it's just stickers. I'm not that worried about it, but
but yeah, I mean, this looks fun. I'm hoping it maybe takes off kind of like Tetris 99 does, but like Tetris 99 wasn't marketed as a part-time thing, right? I don't know if it had a expiration date, did it?
No, but what this does is it gets people to either sign up for a year of Nintendo Switch Online or at least a month so they can try it, or I think they sell it in 3-month, 6-month, or 12-month packages.
Or do we see this get the Tetris 99 treatment where you pay $10 for something more offline, quote unquote offline mode, like Tetris 99 did, and they also did a physical release, at least in Japan. I don't know if the box in North America came with anything. If it just came, I don't think it had a cart. I think it just had a download code for the $10 that you'd spend on the eShop, but you got a box. But at least in Japan they did a cart for Tetris 99. So I wonder after March 31st if we don't see a buy it now kind of option to keep it going, and or a physical release of it, maybe to cash in a little bit more on it. I don't know. It just maybe depends on its popularity.
My gut feeling is that it's kind of the beta, even though it's going to be 6 months, and that it's going to come back with more levels.
I would hope,
because
then if we can get Mario 3 kind of levels, or
I mean, it in a way you're seeing this kind of mix of the original games and almost like some Mario Maker style things with all the extra enemies showing up.
Because it's only going to be 1-1. Like, I think that's all we've seen is like the artwork of 1-1.
Yeah, it's all we know of. So
yeah,
but I mean that would get old pretty quick, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean
that kind of. I hope we have more, like at least 1-2, and progress a little bit further.
But yeah, I mean, so it could be we see Lost Levels or Mario 2, or if anybody remembers NES Remix, they added ice, they added like wind, like there was wind added in Lost Levels, which was pretty cool. Made some jump.
Now that you say NES Remix, that kind of upsets me that wasn't kind of included in this whole thing. Like, that would be a great thing to include with Mario 35.
That game should be, NES. It's still the 35th anniversary of the NES, right? It's yeah, I think technically it is
85 in New York City. Yeah, it was earlier in Japan, but yeah,
right. So yeah, NES Remix would be a great Nintendo Switch online game. Like, it'd be incredible. So
yep. But we're kind of jumping all over here, but the next physical thing that we're all gonna buy, I'm probably gonna buy too, is they announced a new Game & Watch for us to buy. So Game & Watch Super Mario Brothers Edition. It has a nice, beautiful color screen on it that's gonna play both the original Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 2: The Lost Levels, which technically it's Japanese name there. So, but it's also going to have a special version of the Game & Watch game of Ball, which I'm excited to play and see how that plays. It's not going to be Game & Watch; it's going to be Mario catching the balls. But then they also kind of threw out this like random little tidbit that I'm sure everyone's going to have to figure out. There's going to be 35 secrets or little touches to like uncover and discover, and I'm sure there's going to be things to run around and find in menus or something like that. This is the first confirmation, I guess, besides Best Buy, that I hadn't seen this on their. I'm on Nintendo's website right now. Suggested retail price is $49.99, which is what the placeholder is on Best Buy right now. The fine print on this thing that you see in the direct is it is awaiting FCC approval, and cannot be pre-ordered or sold until it gets that approval. So once that process is done, you'll see that pop up on GameStop and Walmart and Target and Best Buy and all those places, and you can get your orders in. And that comes out November 13th. Are you excited for that? I know you're gonna. How many are you gonna buy this?
It's one of those things. Like, yes, I'm excited. It'll go great next to the Game Boy Micro. 20. What is it? The 20?
And it'll colors wise too, because it's the Famicom colors kind of.
But it's like, I guess I can open it up and play it. But
that's why I'm going to get two. I think I'm going to have one for the shelf, and then I'll have one to open up and let William play and play around with and that kind of stuff.
To me, like, this would have been another opportunity to put All-Stars on this thing, so that it was just a little better variety of games. Like, I love Super Mario Bros. 1, but I mean, I could beat that game in like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like 3 is much more fun.
Lost Levels is a good challenge. Lost Levels.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. I've I have played through that game every level up to World 6, and I have not wanted to look up how to beat that level, and it's some kind of pattern that has to do with like you either have to run up, in the middle, or underneath, and then but it happens multiple times, and then if you mess up, it starts it over again. So it's just like the 8-4 castle where you got to wait till you see red and then you go in the next pipe, right? But I haven't been able to figure that out. So but I just, like I said, I wanted to try to do it without looking it up, because that's how it would have been back in the day. So
you would have had graph paper out and
right, yeah, exactly.
Talk about it at the lunch table. Right,
for sure. So I mean, it seems like a cool piece to have in the collection, but it seems for me it seems to be lacking a little bit to actually open up. So yeah, getting 2 of them is probably the best option as far as because it is a cool piece of history. Like I've told my wife, like, if she's ever looking for like unique gifts to get me, find me the Zelda Game & Watch or the Donkey Kong Game & Watch. Like, those would be really cool pieces for the collection. So I love that there is a piece of history here. I just wish like, I don't think it would have taken much more for them to just add a few more ROMs to this thing.
Well, give aftermarket people a chance.
I know, but I hate that kind of stuff. Like
because it's gonna have. I think it has a USB-C port on the bottom, so I'm sure it's gonna get hacked here pretty soon.
Yeah, and it's almost like they're just like, okay, we're giving you this so you can put all the NES games on it. You know, like that's what it's.
Yeah, who knows how big the internal memory is gonna be on it? But you also need what, like maybe a gig of internal memory to put everything, like not even, probably you could put the entire NES library on it.
Oh yeah, I think digital photographs take up more.
I have seen that the still of like 1/1 is 512 megs or something like that. It's like this is 8 times larger than
the entire
the game code.
Yeah, so yeah, and again, it's a cool piece of hardware. It's great for the collection. I'm like, I'm not gonna want to put this in my pocket necessarily, because like, I don't want it to get busted or anything like that. So but yeah, even the box
it's a novel thing to play around with for a little bit. But yeah. And it's something maybe we'll see third party people come out with a stand for it to plug in with its USB-C port on the bottom, and it can be like
just put it on this
and like an end table clock, because it does have a watch mode on it. So
right
yeah, like Nintendo even has it. So yeah, so get the just buy a $20 Switch portable stand, and you can plug in your Game & Watch possibly to be a alarm clock.
Yeah, I wondered what it was going to charge or what the deal was with it exactly. Like, I
think that's what I heard. It's going to have USB-C.
So, well, and even the eShop right now has changed. It's all Mario themed. Mario 64 is running between loading screens. You can see him just running in place. It's no longer orange; it's red with some Mario design. So
that's good. I haven't gone on the eShop since this announcement, so that's good to hear.
Yeah. So there's some, it's kind of cool, but it's weird. You do kind of get the feeling like if the current state of the world was different, that things may, like, that 3D World may have come out this year, like
Pikmin would have come out earlier, like we were talking about last week.
Yeah, like it just, I don't know. I feel like because of the current state of the world, it's kind of put a little bit of a damper on the whole thing, and you do kind of wonder what it would have like. Would we have seen like an NES Switch or Switch Lite? Something like, could you imagine a Switch Lite that looked like an NES with a black D-pad and the red buttons?
Red buttons.
Like, it would have been
$200 out the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, did you see the Mario shoes that
the Puma ones?
Yeah, that was in this as well. Like those went on sale on Friday, I think, for 125. They're fairly expensive, but they have Mario on the inside of the shoe. They got Mario, and then they have Super Mario on the tongue, and then I think there was something else in the other shoe. I forget what it was, but
yeah, like Bubbly Bugbear saying, I'm still in the better late than bad. And don't get me wrong, me too. It just like if some of this stuff feels a little bit like they're scrambling, like and that it's just
and almost too on the nose for what everybody's kind of been asking for, except for not having Galaxy, I guess.
Galaxy 2.
Yeah. Galaxy 2, sorry.
Yeah, so overall, I'm stoked with everything. Like I'm like, cool, let's play 64 again, let's play Sunshine again. Like, even though I can play all of those right now, like they're not but that's not everybody. There's people, people even in chat are like, I've never played, I never had a GameCube. I mean, look, there's 40,000 more or 40 million more Switches in the wild than there were GameCubes. So a lot of people have not touched Mario Sunshine, like a lot of people. And even Galaxy, it sold well, but I want to say it was around 10 million copies. I don't have the number in front of me. And out of what, like, wasn't it 80 million Wii's or something like that?
It's around 76 million, I think, or something like that.
I can't remember the exact number, but so there's a lot of people that have missed out on these games, and even the 64. There's a lot of people that missed out on that.
And the Switch is possibly on pace to outsell the Wii. So this is a good way to have, like, this is the best chance that Nintendo's had to put all of their best games from all consoles past pretty much on find a way to do it. And I think what we were seeing, did Nintendo confirm that GameCube support is not in Sunshine? So I think that lends kind of credibility to the fact that we were kind of talking about this last week, with there's probably going to have to be some kind of modifier bumper button that you have to do for Flood, probably without having analog triggers.
I feel like, I don't know if it was in the video that they showed, or I think Game Explain may have been showing some footage of stuff, and maybe they've talked about it. I don't know. I know they've obviously had this game and have been testing things. So I don't know if, like, it looked like they were kind of just pulsing like the Flood instead of, like, just kind of like feathering the trigger back and forth, instead of, because we don't have the analog support. And that's the thing, some people were upset that it was like, it doesn't support GameCube. The analog triggers wouldn't have been supported anyway. Like, it's still,
they're on or off.
Yeah,
they're 0 or 1. That's it.
It's not, the analog would not have been there, so it would make no difference if it. I fired up Animal Crossing the other day because I was getting ready to play Smash, had my GameCube controller in hand, and I could play Animal Crossing with my GameCube controller. But
you're just missing one button.
You're still missing,
for the most part.
Yeah, you're still missing a button. So but then I think there are some games that it's just not supported at all, and maybe that's going to be the case with this, that you can't. The GameCube controller in my hand is great. I love. Playing Smash.
You can race Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah.
With the GameCube controller. Most anything that it's very limited games that it just reads it as a USB controller.
Right. Exactly.
That's how it registers.
Exactly. So.
Well, let's continue on. We'll stick, before we get to the more physical stuff, we'll stick with another game, and that is Super Mario 3D World, and we're getting additional content with it. It's Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which we got a small little kind of CG peek at what this could be. It looks very dark and ominous and raining and cat temples and who knows what else is going to be there. So I'm hoping it's kind of like not that, but we talked about this as well, like the end levels, the Star Road and some of those the final levels in 3D World are brutally challenging in platforming. But if we're gonna get like a Super Luigi U kind of style maybe remix on these levels, I think that would be cool. Or this could be just maybe this is why it's pushed so far out, and we're not getting this until February 12th next year. That it's going to have just a whole new kind of story and gameplay. And I think the title kind of lends credibility to the fact that it's maybe going to be additional content and not just remixes.
I think we're playing as Bowser. That's as soon as I saw it. That's what, and
Meowser.
Yeah, playing as Meowser. Like he was a pretty cool character. He's shown up in Mario Maker, right? Like, and that's a completely different model, which would be probably similar to a model that we could play as. And I'm curious if it's like if it's going to be a little bit of a prequel, you know, where maybe we get to see the transformation of the Mushroom Kingdom into, or maybe there's something that happened right after he got defeated by Mario, and that's he's trying to redeem himself, or maybe it's the kind of thing where they have to team up like we've seen in other games, and he's just one of the 4 that you get to play in that game if you were doing. And the other thing worth noting is this game has online multiplayer.
Yep, that'll be fun.
That's gonna be great. Like,
and this is from I haven't played this multiplayer, but because you could do it locally, right? Initially,
do 4 players.
Yeah, so like, but the camera, from what I've heard, playing this game multiplayer is a lot more enjoyable than the new Super Mario Brothers series. Oh, because the camera angle keeps it more fair, and everyone kind of sees what they want to see, and it's more easily enjoyed, I guess.
The hardest part was, like, you saw me do that, trying to get that star on that last stage I was playing before the boss fight, and you have to have everybody jump at the right time, otherwise you don't get your full jump. So there are parts that are like, they do take coordination, so you're gonna have to have some voice chat, but yeah, it seems like it's going to be a very, very full package, and they've said there's more to it that they haven't even talked about yet. They've kind of left, there's more news coming. So, you know, if you think about Deluxe, Wii U Deluxe or U Deluxe, it was 2 full games.
Yeah, because how much did they initially sell Super Luigi U for? Was it 40 or 20? I don't remember.
It was I think it was a $20 DLC.
But then later it also came physical as well, right?
Or
was it just bundled packet? Like, no. Was it just a?
So no. I have them. There's a physical of just U, right? Super Mario Bros. U, and then I bought the DLC for the game when it came out, so that we could play it. And then they ended up releasing a box for, I think, between 20 and 40, but I can't remember exactly.
I've seen those on the end cap at Target. I feel like they're trying to get rid of
the green ones.
The Super Luigi, or no, maybe it's the bundled all together ones then.
Yeah, and then there was a bundle that came. Like, we ended up with a copy of it when we got our second Wii U. That's where that came from, and so that it. I mean, again, you're talking about kind of two full games really for $60 on with the Switch version.
Yeah, and it's a game I played through just once, and I'm excited to play through it again. I know my son is more excited to play through it again, and I think he wants to probably play with me this time, so that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. When I told my daughter it was coming out, she was like,
that's her favorite one, right?
Oh, it's the first. She was. I told her about it. She's like, "Do you remember that I played through that game so fast? You guys had to tell me we don't want to know what happens later in the game, like, as far as, like," because she would just go on and on, like, and then I had to fight Cat Bowser and I'm like, whoa, hang on, what do you mean Rosalina's in the game? You know, like, she just kept going on and on about it. So she is beyond excited to have that on her Switch Lite. So it'll be a good time. But I mean, honestly, that game is so good even by itself. If they were doing nothing but just putting it on the Switch and then adding online multiplayer, it's worth the $60.
Yeah, I'm excited. And then you talked about this a little bit as what you woke up to with the email, but Mario Kart Live Home Circuit was announced, and this is what's going to be $100 box, and it's going to come with one of two. They have two different options. It's either Mario or Luigi, and it's going to have this Mario Kart that has a camera coming out the back like a periscope, and it comes with some Labo racing gates that you can set up in your house. And I think I'm not exactly sure, like the technology seems really cool, but I don't quite fully understand it. Do you drive the course initially to set it up, or are there trackers in the gates that it makes this course? But like you use your Switch as a remote control, and the screen, the camera that's on the cart projects the image to your Switch with you seeing Mario racing, and you race virtual opponents around a track you make in your house.
Yeah, this is such incredible use of AR. Like, I think it's great. It's completely out of left field. And initially, I've seen a lot of people who are like, "I wish this was just Mario Kart 9." And it's like, well, hang on,
it's a separate studio.
This has nothing to do with the team that is working on Mario Kart 9. Like, nothing whatsoever. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have Mario Kart 9 and Zelda next year, and unless everything gets pushed, but that's my gut feeling. And so this is just Nintendo realizing the power of the Mario Kart brand and just continuing to innovate with the Switch. I mean, this is such a Nintendo thing to do, right? To put out a piece of hardware that, I mean, look at like Ring Fit Adventure and stuff. Like they're always trying to do like the like toys to life and just like innovate on that kind of stuff. And this is that once again, and it's with Mario Kart. And like, I want both the Mario and Luigi sitting on my shelf, I can tell you that much. Like,
I don't know if I'm gonna pull the trigger on this one.
No, doesn't excite you at all. I mean, like, I was, and Jen was kind of in the same boat. She's like, she's like, this is cool, but you got to have quite a bit of space. You've got to have a pretty
that, and
space.
how enjoyable is the game if you don't, like, you have older kids and you have multiple Switches. First off, you have to have more than one Switch to play this locally with more than one person. There's not online because it's your house that you're racing around, so you're not playing other people in the same kind of style course. And you have to have multiple Switches because it's I don't even think a cart comes with, like, there's no physical cartridge that comes with this. This is probably going to be some download application that's going to be in the eShop that it'll talk Bluetooth or whatever to or go through your Wi-Fi to this cart, this Mario Kart, and that's how it'll communicate. It'll be through an application. It's not going to be through a physical cartridge that comes in the system. So you have to have more than one Switch, and I don't have that right now. I don't see myself getting that right now unless they come out with that NES Switch Lite, which would be nice, but you never know. But yeah, right now I don't have that. And then it's also, what does this game look like if you're playing it just by yourself? Like, how challenging is it going to be? I mean, because Mario Kart's fun, but it's all about the courses and kind of the spectacle and the fun that's there with the outlandish kind of courses that you race on. And how fun can it be going around in an oval or a figure eight or whatever in your house, where you're having to sit and make sure there's space and stuff not getting in the way. So I don't know. It's a very cool use of AR. I saw a funny tweet that was like, Nintendo wins the graphics award for 2020 because it was just real life world with
yeah, right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's very cool. Nintendo is great with technology. I'm also skeptical. Like, granted, I think you and I both have it, like the $30 Mario Kart RC car. I know mine that I got for my son isn't quite as responsive as it could be, and very I don't think even with batteries replaced on it, it's not working right now. So I got to look at it. But I'm worried about the durability of it and how it's going to hold up. Is it going to be a rechargeable battery? Is it going to be you putting like six double A's in it, or
rechargeable, and it lasts about 90 minutes, I think, or it's either 60 to 90 minutes on a charge, but I think it takes, from what I heard, was 3 to 4 hours to charge. You know, so I mean, really, if you think about it, it's not like, this isn't something I'm super excited to play, but if I had my nephews come over, or you get your son would love this, right? He would be like, I'm driving a car that I'm looking at. It's like driving it's kind of like flying a drone in a way, right? But you get to create your own track and then race it against. And I mean, you know, I've got a little BB-8, little Sphero BB-8 that, like, I have to control everything with it on my phone. And
I have an R2D2.
Yeah, right. And so, and it has a little bit of AR, if you know, because you can put the camera on it and then see yourself being projected out and stuff like that. Again, do I grab BB-8 all the time and want to? No, of course not. Like, it's a gimmick. These are cool, like, novelty items. But if I was like 6 years old and I got to I got to drive a Mario Kart around my house on a track that I made. I mean, I used to do like slot car racing for hours and hours and hours on end. Now, granted, the battery life would not allow that to happen the same way, but like, I could see younger kids especially being really stoked about it. And like, having my niece and nephew over to come check this out, they would lose their mind just because they love, you know, he's always in a Mario Kart shirt, he's always talking to me about Mario Kart, like, as younger kids. I mean, having this as a gift under the tree, like,
yeah, this might be one of the hot things this Christmas. You never know.
And Addie's saying, look, I can't, you know, I'd love to get it, but I just don't see my family playing it for too long. Yeah, but we don't know what the game involves either, right? We've only seen just a brief commercial, and we don't know, like, if it's, there could be like story elements. As you beat certain characters, it unlocks more characters, and eventually you're trying to be able to race against Bowser, possibly. You know, I'm just speculating here, but we really don't know everything that it has to offer, and so it will be nice to get more info.
That comes out on October 16th, so it's coming here in about a little over a month. So I'm sure we'll see some more about it here via Twitter from Nintendo and or on the website, probably getting some more in-depth look. I know they did a little bit. I don't know if they touched on this. I think they kind of just touched on Mario 3D All-Stars, but the official Nintendo YouTube or whatever, the Nintendo Minute crew or whatever, I think they did some stuff. So we might see them playing with this here in the future to give us a better look at it. So
absolutely. That's prime. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah. And then kind of the next little bit is kind of just how they're going to tie Super Mario into all sorts of other events. The biggest of which is, I think, what we were kind of talking about with these pins. So there's Mario missions on the website. If you go to My Nintendo through the Nintendo website, and everything's linked, you can take a Mario quiz and go to the website and do there's like 6 things in total, I think 4 of which can be completed as of this date right now. The Mario Kart Tour event doesn't start until September 9th and ends on the 22nd, so 4 days after the Mario Kart the Mario 3D All-Stars comes out. And then the final thing to complete to be able to be eligible for these pins is register your game either physically and or if you bought it digitally, it'll automatically do it. But if you buy it physically, you got to put the card in and go to the My Nintendo rewards and make sure you claim those coins so that Nintendo knows you own the game and it's registered to you. And then I think these pins are free. Is that what you've kind of gotten out of this?
I believe so. I mean, that's how it was in the past. Like, I have Luigi pins and different physical items from My Nintendo from back in the day.
Which is great, because we've been talking about how Japan gets all these cool My Nintendo rewards, and Europe as well, and we get left out in the cold, and now we're finally getting some stuff. I think there's also some Splatoon keychains that you'll be eligible for.
And what's
I'm sure
the deal
there'll be
with
similar
the two
missions.
sets of pins? What's the deal with that?
2 sets of I don't think there's 2 sets. There's it's 8 pins or whatever. It's so original Mario Brothers 2, Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, Sunshine, or 64 Odyssey, or 64 Sunshine, Galaxy, and Odyssey, I think. Let me see what the pins look like.
So I've seen 2 different sets. And
maybe you're right, because this one, set 1, includes Mario from Mario Brothers 2, 3, World, and 64. So 5 missions, including purchase of Super Mario Brothers 3D All-Stars, must be completed to be eligible for the pins. But they showed a bigger. You're right, because they showed a big. They showed
one with a yellow background. That's the one you're seeing right now, I'm guessing, right? Mm-hmm. And then they showed one with a blue background. Or I'm sorry, so there's like a one with a white background that has like, it looks like 10 pins.
Yeah, because I had seen the one with all of them.
Okay, so this is purchased. You can purchase 3D All-Stars.
So you can get the 5.
Yeah, so you can purchase the 3D All-Stars pins. Wait. This is so confusing. Complete. Okay, I'm on IGN right now, so I'm trying to get understand everything as quickly as possible. So yeah, your purchase options for 3D. So the purchase options for 3D All-Stars is what they're getting at. So because you have to purchase that to complete the missions. Take the Mario quiz. Yeah, listen to the Mario Player, which I have yet to be able to. I've yet to be able to get that website to load.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've not. Every time I've tried, it hasn't worked. So, so they're only showing the big set that looks like you can claim until, March 31st is what it looks like, the 35th anniversary. And that's like 10 pins. But then I saw the second set of pins that they were talking about in our Discord that had a yellow. It's different than this one. And
it only goes through 64 apparently.
Yeah.
But I know that there's a Sunshine and an Odyssey and a Galaxy pin. So interesting. Yeah, I don't know how you get those. I'm
trying to just look through images on Google to see if I can spot them.
I think the bigger set was in the YouTube video.
Yeah, I think the bigger set is free. Let's see. Let's see. I'm sure the second will be linked to 3D World. I don't think they've made 2 sets available, is what chat's saying. So again, we'll look into it further to try to figure it out. But like I said, it's
exciting that there's stuff out there for us to claim and get. So
exactly, and at least at the very least you're going to want to complete these missions that are tied to Nintendo.com, and I think it's Mario.Nintendo.com is where you can go and you just sign in and start working on your missions. So.
Yep.
And there's
the promotion. It says the promotion lasts until March 31st, 2021. So that's the important date again coming up.
Got it. Okay. And I'm checking Nintendo's, Nintendo New York, their store to see if maybe the second set of pins was exclusive to something there. But yeah, they're not showcasing anything. So, yeah, so we'll have to find out, because we'll do a little further investigating, because I think it was Colt that posted that there were a second set, but I don't know what those.
Yeah, because we both seen the bigger set and we're just not sure about it now.
And it was only in there that I've seen this second set that they were talking about. So yeah, I'm not.
So yeah, so. Additionally, we're going to get a Mario Kart Tour special event coming that's going to have Mario and Donkey Kong Jr. From the Super NES version of Mario Kart racing in Tour. So that event starts September 8th and runs through the 22nd of September, and that is one of the Mario missions that you have to do to claim those pins. So they got me to update my version of Tour and log in, and then realized that event hadn't started yet. So I'll have to. I mean, that's what they're hoping for. They want you to log in, so they're getting that engagement.
I mean, but let's talk about this a second though, because like I know Mario Kart Tour is not what everybody wants, right? It's not the game that we all want, but they are showing the kind of support for that game and doing the kind of things in that game that they better do in Mario Kart 9, right? Like to see the actual sprites in the game, that's amazing. Like that is, I would absolutely love that. If Ultimate took it a step further than just making everything look like 8, but they actually went through, and if you played a 64 track, your characters could look like 64 possibly, or maybe that's just like you get to pick the aesthetic. Now I know like the 64 doesn't look great, but I mean, just I don't know. I really, really like what they're doing here. And
the Donkey Kong Jr. sprite, just in the brief clip that you see of it, like it looks hilarious. So I hope there's more kind of support like that. Yeah. Tour just controls like garbage.
Yeah, and even I've tried doing it, landscape, and it's just it just needs some love. It needs some love. It needs to just let me hook up my Pro controller and play. Like if that would happen, if they gave it Pro controller support,
I'd play a lot more of it.
That game would be like, yeah.
And make the courses just a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or add a second lap or a third lap. You know what I mean? Like
less pay to win.
Yeah, that's for sure.
There's a little bit pay to win.
A lot of gambling going on there, but I mean, I signed up for the free, like the last time it was a Mario event is when I signed up and got unlocked a bunch of Mario stuff. I mean,
when I was playing a lot of it at launch, I utilized my free 2 weeks or whatever, and I got a decent amount of like the nice stuff or whatever that you get from the pass. Mm-hmm. And there are some like it's hit or miss on courses I pick that they randomly choose whatever character I have unlocked to be the person that gets 3 items. If you get 3 items, then that makes the races that much easier. But
right.
yeah, I don't know.
Animal Crossing.
It could be fun.
Animal Crossing getting Mario stuff.
Yeah, furniture, right?
Yeah, but not till March.
I didn't realize it was that far out.
Yeah, it's a ways out, which is very surprising because it's like, it's just very surprising. I mean, it tells me that it's not done yet. It's not ready. That's what I would assume. But I mean, hey, I'm excited I'm very excited. The Mario events in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp got me playing that game where you went fishing for cheap and stuff. I was like,
if they do a cheap fishing tournament in Animal Crossing, I'd put it back in and update it.
Oh yeah,
because I haven't played Animal Crossing in a while, but I would go back and do that. That and Super Mario Maker 2 is getting some Ninja speedruns that are 35th anniversary themed. Smash Brothers is going to get a online tournament with Super Mario Series Fighters stages and items included. Splatfest is going to do a Super Mario themed Splatfest with either picking Super Mushroom, like the Super Mushroom, or a Superstar.
They messed up.
What would you rather pick from?
Oh, simple. Super Mario 3 versus Super Mario World.
I think that would be better.
Like that would have been like the most divisive, but
that's also Nintendo picking favorite children then as well, saying, oh, Super Mario original, like this is a Super Mario 35th anniversary, and then you pit 2 games that came out in what 91 and 89.
It's still Mario, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting 3D All-Stars for the 35th anniversary, so
that's true.
Like.
But the cool thing with Splatfest is additional My Nintendo rewards. so that'll be good. I'm assuming you'll kind of be locked into whatever team you pick to only get that keychain, but I don't know.
I will define my house to make sure I can get both of those.
When I saw this Splatfest, I kind of immediately, I think I know what's gonna win, because everyone's gonna. I feel like everyone's gonna go Superstar. It's a more powerful power up, right?
To me, as a kid when I first played Super Mario Brothers, I was like, yeah, the star's cool, but it runs out. Like, I would sometimes not even mess with it because I'm like, I don't like, I guess early on, but the mushrooms was like, this is like an extra life, because if I take damage from this, I still get to keep going.
Yeah, maybe what would have been better would have been like Fire Flower versus Raccoon Tail or something like that.
Yep, that's the first thing I said. That exact matchup when we were talking about it on Twitch, I was like, yeah, why didn't they do like?
That's an actual like power up that has meaning. Mm-hmm. Like either you have ranged attack or you can fly. I think Raccoon Tail would win hands down, but because everyone likes to fly, especially in Mario 3. So, but yeah,
they could have even done like 1-up mushroom versus super mushroom just to see. Do
a Splatfest every month from September through March, and they could do all these different ideas.
Sell more T-shirts and give us more keychains. We'll be playing it.
Yep. And then you already talked about Animal Crossing, and then finally there's going to be 35th anniversary merchandise available in the New York store, if that's open. I don't even know if that's open right now, and store.nintendo.com. The logo is kind of meh for the 35th anniversary, but I'm hoping there's just some more Mario stuff in general that they're selling.
Yeah, the logo is interesting. They've always done this like gold 2D sprite Mario with like, kind of like the leaves around him and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, mm-hmm. It just and
this logo is them like all the characters sitting on this 35th
pipe.
Like, yeah.
It looks like
that's what it is now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's a pipe.
Yeah, so
yeah,
it's kind of it's a little different, it's not, but I mean, if the logo I'm talking about is definitely on the Game & Watch box.
Yep,
it's on there. So I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm stoked about all this stuff. I don't want to like I don't want to sound like down on any of it. It's just some of the things that, like, for me personally, I would have preferred this over that, or whatever. But like overall, I'm still like yeah, we're finally getting the Mario stuff that we were hoping for all year. Like, I had my pre-order. I hadn't ordered Pikmin yet. I spent $200 on BestBuy.com on Thursday morning pre-ordering 3D World, 3D All-Stars, and Pikmin. Yeah, there you go.
and then this isn't even in the thing we went over. There's 2 new amiibo coming out on Super Mario 3D World launch day on February 12th. They're getting Cat Mario and Cat Peach. Mm-hmm. Japan is getting a 2-pack, which we haven't gotten announced here yet. So
okay, interesting.
But I have my solos ordered at Best Buy.
Hidden Level in chat says I'm pretty critical, and seriously, I can't find a single thing to complain about as far as the 35th news goes. No, I mean, there's so much. It's great. It's great, and I do see some people are like, I wish it was Odyssey 2. I wish it was a new game. I mean, I get that for the hardcore, but I mean, even still, I think I'm a pretty hardcore Nintendo fan, and I'm jazzed for these. The fact that they're going back to an All-Star style game, the fact that I could play All-Stars on the
Nintendo that came Switch. Out on Thursday.
Yeah, and
which all those games were available on Nintendo Online already. But sure. Yeah, it's a fun throwback to. That's the first time that I owned all 4 of those games, because I had World and I owned a Super Nintendo. I've said in the past, I've played all those games beforehand, but Mario All-Stars was the first time I physically owned 1, 2, 3 and Lost Levels.
And I personally love All-Stars. I've always loved it. There was hype around that when it came out on the Super Nintendo back in the day. Seeing the games that I loved so much, it was like, even at such a young young age, I had the sense of nostalgia as soon as All Stars came out. And honestly, the music when it fires up, the coin that shows up,
I just like all of them mumbling, they're just mumbling in the background, and then you turn on the light. Yeah,
the chatter in the background, like all that. I had to turn, honestly, I turned the volume way up. I was like, oh, I gotta hear all this again, like, because I remember the first time seeing all that and going through and selecting the games, and I jumped right into Super Mario Brothers, and it looks like Super Mario 3, but it plays like 1. And I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I went and did
you went and did the one up.
The one up, and I had one of the guys that works on Final Fantasy tweeted at me. He's like, I've never been able to pull that off. I'm like, he's like, I didn't know you could. I'm like, go, I believe in you. You can do it.
Fourth step.
Yeah, I do it on the third.
Oh, is it third? You were on the 4th step on your tweet.
I don't count the bottom, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember where. I always count 3, but I could be going. I'm like, I know the spot. Basically, I'm like, here's where I'm heading every time. Because
and that's 4-1, right?
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. The end of 3-1. And there's the beginning, the very opening of Super Mario Brothers 2: The Lost Levels. That is right at the opening sequence. There's a turtle up above your head, and you have to break 2 of the bricks, and you get him stuck on 1 brick, and then you go and jump on him, and then you bounce on him, and that's how you get all the lives to be able to complete that game, because it's so difficult. So it's right at the very opening of the game. And here's the cool thing. If you need to, just hit your rewind feature if you mess up the jumps. like it's super nice. It's super nice. So I mean, you could use that through the whole game, but like, as far as just like saving yourself time, it's like, I'm gonna try this over and over again anyway, so let's just, and so I don't know, lots of cool stuff. And the fact that again, and we called it that, we did on the last show, we're like, oh, they're gonna announce All Stars and it's gonna be out now, and then it like, it was exactly that, right? So pretty awesome. So man, we've already gone over an hour. I thought this was going to be short, and
I thought it was going to be short and sweet, but there's so much to talk about and give our commentary on. So. Exactly.
All right, well, let's wrap this thing up. Here's the outro music here. Where can we find you, Crawler?
So we just did a episode of Smash Bros. Cast, so go find that on YouTube and also wherever you get your podcasts. And then come hang out in the Discord, n64josh.com/discord. We're playing all sorts of games. I've started a room in Discord to play some of the new hotness that is Among Us. So if you have a phone or Steam and want to play Among Us, we're working on getting kind of a room going there and playing that. It's kind of like Mafia, if you've ever played that, where there's people out there trying to kill people that are trying to do missions, and you're trying to figure out who the imposters are. So it's been fun to watch other people play that on Steam, on Twitch. So looking to get some people playing. So yeah, come hang out.
This seems like something we might have to do. I might have to download and do it.
Yeah.
I think I can
Yeah, you might have to be on your phone though, because I was checking Steam the other day and I don't think it has Mac support. But you pull up Steam sometime and see if it's on there. I don't know if it works for you.
Well, I can even pull up my iPad and just probably AirPlay it.
Oh yeah, you can do that. And yeah, you can connect the controller to your iPad too. So
yeah. So we'll figure out something, but that'd be pretty fun. So guys, you can follow me everywhere at n64josh, and putting up a lot of like. I randomly put up a Mario Kart TikTok and it blew up. Like, it absolutely blew up. So I'm putting a lot of Mario Kart stuff up over there, and we had some fun. Well, I don't know, did you have much fun? You didn't have too much fun last night with Mario Kart, did you?
No, today I didn't have too much fun. Last night, oh, I did. Did I quit last night? I don't remember.
You quit last night. I think
it was because of you. Was it because of you?
Oh, there was at one point where I hit you with a star after you got hit with a blue shell, and then dropped a bomb right behind me because I got hit with a red, and then I think that hit you too, and then you just typed in Twitch chat, "I hate you." was like, well, I win Mario Kart. That's how you know you've won. When friendships have been destroyed. So yeah. But I've been having a blast over there showing off how to do the blue shell dodges and using banana peels to dodge blue shells and things like that. So it's been cool. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. If you're here with us live still, I've like over a 5-hour stream. I can't even believe it. So thank you guys for being here with us live. We really do appreciate you. Again, this is going to go out early because I'm going to be gone probably most of next week, so streams will be sparse. Crawler may fire something up. I don't know. Love you guys. Bye now.